Hey guys, this is Ichan,
And Yoda.
and we're the partial gamers, but right now we're the partial philosophers because we're starting out our series on human mentalities. And to start it off, we're going to be talking about why Yoda and I are not religious. First of all, we're going to talk about faith. Faith as a whole, faith is believing in something without strong evidence.
It's often described as just a feeling. Like, well, don't you know? You can just feel it. Like, well, it's not good enough.
We personally don't feel that that's an argument at all. It's not valid at all because there's no scientific evidence that there's actually, a feeling of a God. And plus, you know what? I can disprove that right now. If you have a feeling, why don't I? You're not some, higher being than I am. We're both humans. You do not have a sixth sense that I do not have. So that feeling is just in your head from indoctrination throughout, your youth.
Yeah,
Faith Faith
pretty
as an
disappointing.
idea doesn't make
But
any
see, the
sense.
the big problem too is it's one of those things where you can't really ever disprove it. But that's not how the world works. Things don't exist until they're proven. It's not the other way around.
The
Okay, it's like saying, well, look at our justice system. You're innocent until proven guilty. It didn't happen unless you prove that it happened.
Exactly. I like that argument because it really states, the burden of proof is not on the atheists. We're not the ones suggesting that,
There's some invisible, almighty being that made everything.
exactly. Yes, it's what the YouTuber, the Amazing Atheist, calls an unfalsifiable hypothesis. Sure, you can't disprove it, but I mean, even if there was a little evidence, it would be halfway believable, sorta. But there's no evidence towards it whatsoever, so it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And the big problem with it is it just leads people to be hate mongers for no reason. They don't have a legitimate reason, but
It's just faith.
they do it.
Why are you religious? Because you just gotta have faith. That's what they always say, and it's just absurd. Next, we're gonna go on to our topic of why was religion pretty much invented? It was that back, thousands of years ago, people didn't have the scientific answers that we have now. They used the explanation of God
Exactly.
to, prove, like to tell them, why is the earth round or flat, or do we revolve around the sun, or does the sun revolve around us? Quick little fact, the Bible says, yeah, the sun revolves around the earth.
Hmm. It should be enough evidence as is to show that it's not a very reliable source.
Exactly. People
But
are,
apparently no.
if you ever hear the phrase "I don't believe in science," it's hard to recover from that because it's just so painful. To be perfectly honest, that's the best way to put it. Just because it's so ridiculous. Out of years and years of work by these great scientists, and you're just going to disregard it for the 2,000-year-old book about a dead guy? Yeah, that doesn't that
Yeah, and the
doesn't work.
fact of the matter is, those people, like, what are they insinuating? That they're smarter than these people who devote their lives to trying to solve things? I don't think so. You can't just know everything because you have faith.
Exactly. You're not like I just said. You're not smarter than us. You're in fact dumber, and that's actually where we're going on our next point. A study from the University of Rochester, a bunch of psychologists that use the term intelligence as the ability to learn new concepts, think rationally, etc., have seen extremely negative correlations between faith and intelligence. And, so people that think that they're, more powerful than, an atheist because they have this faith in a being, in like some deity, is absolutely ridiculous and actually proven to be false. From this study, we also see things like obesity goes down, which I find goddamn hilarious. Religious people are fat asses. And Also, income goes up. However, crime does go up without religion, and I think we're going to talk about that now as well. Do you have anything to throw in about that?
I don't know. I think we can move on.
Yeah. The thing is about that is just
Oh, wait.
you have to think about some
I
of the
remembered
things that
something.
the Bible condones.
Etron.
Yoda?
I remembered something. We have to. I feel like we should mention it. Oh, the idea of prayer.
Prayer is definitely something that we do need to talk about in this. The entire idea that, that you're going...
See, I just the thing
It doesn't
is,
make any
I
sense.
don't understand, because is it a joke or not? Because you look at things like the Notre Dame football team that pray before a game. Obviously, they don't mean the same thing, but are they making a mockery of it or not? Because they're Christians. And I mean, where's the cutoff where you actually think it'll work, and you're like, oh, well, whatever.
Oh,
And
there
I
you
feel
go.
like if I was a doctor or something, and you're praying for a person under my care, that's insulting to me, because you're questioning my abilities.
Exactly. And then you always hear, some, lady with a tumor or something, and then the, doctor performs a miracle surgery. No, not literally a miracle, I'm against that. A surgery where she has like a 1 in 20 chance of surviving, and she makes it out, and, she, goes on her dumbass Twitter and tweets to everyone, I just want to thank God for this thing. No, you thank that goddamn doctor. You're being insulting and you're being a piece of shit, frankly.
Well, basically, you're just discrediting them.
Exactly. Who really did the work there? And plus, I mean, you're for minuscule things you thank God, Tim Tebow scores a touchdown and he looks up at Jesus and he goes, thanks, man, how you doing? Stupid shit like that. You get out of it, you get your tonsils out and you're fine. Thank God. But you have terrible things like the AIDS epidemic in Africa. And, well, God works in mysterious ways. It's such a bullshit excuse.
Exactly.
I just don't understand how you can believe in something when there's no reason to. I would like to hear you guys' comments down in the bottom. Tell me why I should believe in God. Why is it still relevant, and why is it still good, and what is the purpose, if any, in religion now? Sure, it brings people together every Sunday, but on Saturday night, who knows what the hell they were doing. It's unreliable. People don't take it seriously enough. Not that I think that they should, but people pick and choose in the Bible.
Well, they, if it's going to be around, it should be taken seriously, and that would prevent some problems.
Exactly. People are just picking and choosing what they want to believe in the Bible. Hell,
Yeah.
hate gays. Gays suck. Why? Because in Leviticus it says so. You know what else it says in Leviticus? You shouldn't wear different kinds of clothing. So that polyester and cotton shirt you're wearing, you're going to hell, buddy.
Oh, can't forget pigskin either. You love those pork rinds, don't you? And bacon. Ooh. Nope. Fuck that. Not if you believe in Leviticus.
Yeah, really. Leviticus is
You
where
have
a
to be
lot of that shit
an
comes
old
from.
school Hebrew to believe that stuff. Because,
Yep.
same religion,
And
basically.
And the Ten Commandments are such bullshit. They don't mention rape, but the Bible in some places condones slavery. But you know what else? Some people don't even follow the Ten Commandments. You would at least think they'd follow that. You want to know why? Because in the 10 damn commandments, it says that you should kill your neighbor if you see him working on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good point, too.
the
I don't
next
think
time
anyone's
you
going
see
to do that, so I don't see why you can pick and choose your little rules. Right? It's like, okay, so you look at the Constitution. Would you like it if the Supreme Court said, well, I think the First Amendment's good, but this second one, we're just not going to help people out there. Fuck that.
It's
No,
ridiculous. You
it's
can't
not how
pick
it
and
works.
choose what you believe. I mean, yeah, so the next time, if you really want to be religious, the next time you come home after church and your neighbor's raking his lawn, yeah, you better put an axe to that
You
guy's
have
head.
to kill him, or
You
you're
have
going
to.
to hell.
Yep.
Apparently.
So, yep. So we're the Partial Gamers. Make sure to subscribe to us. I'll have a link of a video from D News about that intelligence survey that I mentioned, and make sure to like us on Facebook. Sub all that.
Yeah,
cool
and
shit.
you know what?
It's over.
God